Broadcasting live from the heart of Lenawee County, Michigan. Sports Talk Radio with a local angle on Inside the Cave. Weekdays from 7 to 9 a.m. on 96.5 FM. We give opinions and analysis on what's happening in the world of sports. Interview area coaches and players. And get you ready to start your day.
Sweet, man.
Grab a flashlight, hiking boots, and a compass because it's time to go Inside the Cave. Weekday mornings 7 to 9 on 96.5 The Cave and 965thecave.com.
A lot of, relevant stuff to get to.
Yes.
In sports. There's hockey going on, basketball going on. We'll tell you who we think are contenders in both of those leagues, both of those bubbles.
Baseball.
Baseball for sure. How about them Tigers?
My
goodness. So they get thumped by the Royals the other night, and then they come away with a win last night. Is it going to be that kind of season?
I think it could be, yeah. I think we could be real up and down, back and forth. That's okay. It's going to put them close to 500 at the end if that's how they play.
Right, making me not as close on my prediction.
No, unfortunately you wouldn't be. That's a good thing, though. If you want to be wrong about something, that's an okay thing to be wrong on.
Exactly.
Well, you don't want to be worse than what you predicted. That would be bad.
For the sake of the team and our show, it'd be tough.
Yeah.
It would be tough.
Yeah.
And a big signing, or commit, I should say. For Michigan State. All that coming up. Let's get to our sports headlines for today.
Now for an Inside the Cave sports update.
The presidents of the MIAA schools, including Dr. Jeffrey Docking of Adrian College, are planning on getting together to discuss what to do about this upcoming athletic season, including football, to play or not to play, or to split the season, perhaps. Some games in the fall, others in the spring. Some schools might even opt out to play in the spring only. Whatever happens, Bulldog coach Jim Deere, keeping the players, coaches, and staff safe is, of course, the main goal.
It's a lot of challenges, a lot of different things, a lot of protocols. In Adrian College, we plan on following NCAA guidelines, regardless, if the MIAA plays, if Adrian plays, we will do exactly what the NCAA recommends and go about it in that fashion and try to be safe and try to do this thing right and try to get back to some semblance of normal.
And again, that was Adrian College head football coach Jim Deere. After getting rocked the night before, the Tigers respond with a nice win over the Royals again with the long ball. This time, good pitching as well. Jonathan Schoop, Kristen Stewart each hit a 2-run homer in the third inning to lift the Tigers to a 4-3 win over Kansas City. Here's Dan Dickerson with the call of both home runs. Schoop got the Tigers on the board.
Fly ball to center. This is deep. This is carrying. Phillips going back, looking up, and it's gone. A home run. Jonathan Schoop to straightaway center. Rode the wind a little bit, and it just kept carrying over the 420 marker. A 2-run shot. Tigers now trail 3-2 here in the third.
And then Stewart broke out of a slump with a game winner.
Kristen Stewart at the plate. He's due. First pitch, fly ball, left field, deep. Phillips on the run to the wall, jumps up, and it's gone! A home run! Kristen Stewart, opposite field, jumps on the first offering from Zuber and hits his first home run of the year, a 2-run shot. And the Tigers have taken a 4-3 lead here in the third.
And, of course, that was Dan Dickerson with the call. Whit Merrifield hit a 3-run shot in the top of the third for KC, but the Tigers answered quickly with those 2 home runs. Tyler Alexander and 4 other relievers held the Royals scoreless for the final 6 innings. Ronnie Garcia worked the first 3 innings for Detroit in his major league debut. He allowed that home run. Also in the AL Central, Josh Donaldson homered, drove in 2 runs with Minnesota. They beat the Cardinals 6-3 in their home opener. Carlos Santana hit a 3-run shot. Cleveland beat the White Sox 5-3. Benches cleared Tuesday night in the first game between the Astros and Dodgers, since it was revealed that Houston stole signs back in 2017. The incident occurred after Dodgers reliever Joe Kelly threw a high and tight pitch to Astros star Alex Bregman and Carlos Correa in the sixth inning. The Dodgers led 5-2 after a 5-run fifth when Kelly, who was with Boston in 2017 and also faced Houston, threw behind Bregman for ball 4.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Uh-huh.
Not
Yeah.
surprised, though.
No.
It's only a matter of time before someone got into a brawl with the Dodgers.
They didn't even need
Or the Astros, I mean.
they didn't even need fans for that to
No.
happen. Interesting.
Interesting.
Major League Baseball has come up with a patchwork schedule for the remainder of the week due to the outbreak that has sickened half of the Miami Marlins. MLB suspended the Marlins season through Sunday. The Phillies will remain idled by the pandemic till Friday. Here's ESPN's Jeff Passan. He sums it up.
This is 2020 in a nutshell. It is chaos. It is not understanding what's going to be going on within 24 hours, let alone 24 days. And Major League Baseball, if it wants to get a season in, is simply going to have to embrace the chaos. And it's a bad kind of chaos because it's coming in the middle of a pandemic. It's coming with people traveling around the country and being exposed to the virus like the Marlins were. And that is what makes it so difficult to swallow, that nobody knows what's coming.
And that was ESPN's Jeff Passan. The league said that among more than 6,400 tests conducted since Friday, there were no new positives involving on-field personnel from any team other than the Marlins. But that's not reassuring to players. Milwaukee Brewers slugger Ryan Braun says he's found it difficult to focus on baseball at all during the last couple of days. Braun said MLB players are consistently assessing whether they should keep playing. Infectious disease expert Dr. Anthony Fauci said the season could be in jeopardy. Tom Izzo, he's building something that on paper looks to be something special for MSU. The Spartans' latest news out of East Lansing is that they've landed five-star center Enoch Boache from Ontario, the 2022 class. Just the latest addition to the impressive mix of the nation's top recruit, Amani Bates from Ypsilanti Lincoln, and Pierre Brooks II and Max Christie. Those are all premier players with 3 5-stars in there for Michigan State. We'll talk about that later. The NFL about to open its training camps, trying to make it happen in hopes there will be an NFL season. The Lions, among the rest of the NFL, opened up camp on Tuesday. The Free Press reporting that after testing, players retreated to their homes or hotel rooms for virtual training. Team meetings that will be a staple, if not just camp, but likely the entire season. The Lions' indoor practice field consisted of 90 padded chairs set up socially distant. Individual responsibility at home away from the team is just as important as anything else. That's going to do it for our sports headlines at the 7 o'clock hour. We will have more at 8 o'clock.
Sounds good.
A lot of relevant things, a few sports happening. So, of course, that's going to add to our show, and we thank you for tuning in. Again, I'm Ian Wendt, John Roberts, Inside the Cave on a Wednesday morning. Great to have you along with us. Phone line, if you want to get in on the conversation, talk Tigers, talk any sport that's happening, we welcome it. Phone number to call is, we do have a button. Here we go.
265-4000.
517 is the area code. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, our email, sports@965thecave.com. Where do you want to start, John?
At the beginning.
What sounds good to you? Beginning? Okay.
Tigers?
Tigers.
A little Tiger talk.
Let's do it.
We need a tiger roaring to roar when they win.
Oh, for like a. I'm sure I
Sound.
could find something.
Yeah, I'm sure you could.
I can click around and.
Hey,
find
I got to
something
give
for
you
us.
some props.
Yeah.
Jeff and I came in on Monday morning and did the show, and the new music.
Oh, you like that?
Oh, you almost made winner of the weekend.
Oh, close.
Close.
I was close?
You were like 4.
Wow.
But you were in contention with those music bits.
Honored.
Yes.
Honored.
They were awesome. Then they were mixed in with the Diamond League games, I heard.
Yep. Hey, you got to evolve and change. You can't be
Yes.
just boring, humdrum, same thing over and
No,
over.
no.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, good job. Anyways, Tigers.
Yes, Tiger time.
Go get 'em, Tiger. Row.
We're all behind our baseball team. Go get 'em, Tiger.
So a 4-3 win for Detroit. They're above 500 again.
Buy
Beat
your
Kansas
playoff
City.
tickets now. Oh, wait. There won't
Virtual
be any fans.
tickets. Get
Wouldn't
your-
that be something? Wouldn't that just be perfect
just a slap in the face to the fans?
if the Tigers somehow miraculously made the expanded playoffs? And I mean, it'd be great, obviously, but
They
no
really-
fan. And there were no fans.
We'd find a way to root against them, right? As fans.
Think we could get media access to cover that?
Gosh, I don't know.
We'll file that one away for later.
So if you watched up through the third inning of this game, that's all you needed to see.
Yeah, it
was it.
sounds like it was almost over.
All the
over.
runs were scored in the third inning.
Right.
A 3-run homer for KC. Two-run home runs for the Tigers. Looking at just running down the batting for the Tigers, Nico Goodrum 1 for 3 with a walk. Jonathan Scope scored a run, got a hit, 2 RBIs, of course, on that home run. Miguel Cabrera 0 for 4. CJ Crone scored a run, walked. Kristen Stewart with a 2-run homer. Victor Reyes with a hit and 1 at bat. Jamer Candelario with 2 walks on the evening. Cameron Maben, 2 hits and 4 at bats. Austin Romine 0 for 3. Jacoby Jones scored a run in 2 at bats. But watching the highlights, I had to get to bed early, of course, to get here for the show today.
That's right.
So I watched the highlights. Ronnie Garcia
Yeah.
making sort of an emergency spot start
Yeah.
for the Tigers. 3 hits, 3 strikeouts, the home run.
Yeah.
That was really it.
Yeah.
He looked sharp at times, do you think?
That's encouraging. And their bullpen really has been, other than, a couple games, well, really the games they've lost, I guess, they haven't pitched so well. But in the wins, they've really looked pretty solid. So, Gregory Soto sounds like another good outing last night.
And that's encouraging.
Yes, because anytime you have a good bullpen, you're going to be in games.
Yes, and you know when a guy's getting his first start,
Little butterflies,
he's not
probably.
gonna go, your 5-6 innings. It's not gonna happen. If it does, it's really rare.
Yeah, I mean, and especially in this, I think, you're going to see a lot of pitchers, especially starting pitchers, maybe not go as long early in the 60-game season. So the bullpen is even more important. And they've done a pretty good job so far. I mean, there's been some guys that have really come out of the bullpen, and Soto, Buck Farmer picked up a win in Cincinnati out of the bullpen. So they're not household names. They're not guys that'll get big free agent contracts, that everybody's going to be talking about on all the sports talk shows. But they're just, guys who seem to so far have the ability to get the job done. They're not perfect, but
They're doing it
they're doing it.
so far early on. So
Hey.
Ronnie Garcia, if you've never heard of him till we just said his name right now, Right-handed pitcher, stands 6'3", 200 pounds.
So good size.
Good size, a lot of power. 22 years old.
That's good too.
Yes.
And he was a Rule 5 guy. I think they signed him from Pittsburgh.
According to BaseballReference.com, he's been in the Yankees organization.
Okay.
Back in Single A, Double A. He's never made it to the Triple A team.
So
according to that,
with the Yankees. So they signed him from the Yankees, obviously. Okay. Well, hey, anytime you can get a decent player from the Yankees for nothing, that's a good thing.
Career in 4 seasons, so picked up in 2016, 13-30. So not a great win-loss. ERA 3.5. That's doable.
Doable
right?
for a guy out of the bullpen because 1 inning can blow up your ERA as a relief pitcher.
Yes. He's thrown almost 400 innings prior to the game yesterday. So he threw 3 innings, so he's at 399 for his entire career. So kudos to Ronnie Garcia. Did not get the loss. Didn't get the win because he didn't pitch that 4th
long
inning.
enough, right?
Right. But, man, that's what you need. In a short season,
Yeah.
this is a huge.
Hey, they're 3-2. 1/12 of the way through the season, they're above 500. How's that for some math on a Wednesday morning?
At 7-17.
Whew.
Yeah. Did you have to do that last night so you didn't have to?
I was doing those calculations in my head, too. Oof. No calculator needed.
Nice.
He must be pretty good.
That he is. So right now, the American League, Cleveland, 4-1.
Off to a pretty good start.
I'd say so. The Twins, 3-1. The Tigers, 3-2. Royals, 2-3. And the White Sox, 1-4. So if we're going back to what I thought the AL Central would look like, I'm off. I'm almost backwards. I thought the White Sox would.
It's early. I mean, it's early.
better.
I mean, you
Yeah.
don't want to say it's early for too many games because you run out of games to keep saying it's early.
Yeah, and pretty soon you're halfway through.
And
Pretty soon it's too late.
Yeah. Who did I say was going to win? The Twins, I think. if I
Probably the
remember
Twins.
Right. Yeah. And they're in second place.
Yep.
Okay.
There you go.
We'll have to check on those, our predictions. Maybe not
will.
this week. Maybe next week when we're
When they fill in more.
like a 2-week progress report.
Yeah. That'd be a good
Probably
one.
have about 10 games in. Everybody but the Marlins will have about 10 games in.
Right. Your thoughts on the Tigers? I mean, did you think they'd be this good in terms of wins? Are you surprised last night? Did you watch the game? I mean, big hit for Kristen Stewart.
Yes.
I mean, he was killing it in Toledo,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
I mean, people could not wait for Kristen Stewart to be a Tiger.
Yeah. He was one of their top prospects. And I think he's a decent left fielder, but you got to hit a little bit at the major league level. And if he can, once every 5 games, well, not this year, well, it'd be about 12 home runs for the year. That wouldn't be all bad in a 60-game schedule. You hit a home run once every 5 games, you're a 30 home run guy.
Yeah.
At the end of a regular length season, that's not all bad. You take that every year out of your left fielder. Even if he hits like 250, 260. He's hitting 30 home runs, you'll take that. Plays decent left field, you'll take that.
RBIs, name of the game.
Yeah.
Watching those homers, they hit him over the center field fence.
Yeah, those were not cheapies.
No.
I did see a thing after the game on Twitter. It showed a picture of the grounds crew out in the bushes looking for Scopes' first home run ball as a Tiger. They never. I don't know. I'm sure they found it by now. The bushes are only, so much, and you'd like to think by a certain time they found it. But he probably would like to have that for his trophy case. My first home run as a Tiger. I think he's been a good addition. He made a big play in the 9th inning last night defensively after Crone dropped the pop-up And he kind of looped back in behind the base runner who had gone too far around first base, and they threw it to him. He tagged him out. So that was, what could have been maybe a bit of a disastrous situation. His heads-up play, at second base kind of turned into a big play.
That's could be the difference between last year's Tigers and this year. That's fundamentals, right?
Yeah,
the first baseman, it was Crone and Candelario probably, and whoever was pitching, and Romine, the catcher.
Right.
Looking for a pop-up.
Right.
Okay, Crone calls everyone off, drops it.
Yep.
Okay, what's the second baseman supposed to do when the first baseman vacates? Go cover first.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he did.
Because the shortstop's going to second. Everybody's got a place to be on the field when the ball's in play. Even the outfielders really shouldn't be standing there just watching the game. They didn't buy a ticket.
No, that's right.
Only cardboard cutouts get to watch the games right now.
And just a heads-up play, and you're right. It's a one-run game.
Yeah. That could be the difference between winning and losing. That guy on first base, he's the tying run now. The go-ahead run, not the winning run, but the go-ahead run's at the plate now in the ninth inning. And that's a pressure situation.
And then for Crone to pick it up and throw it back.
Sure. Well, those two guys are used to playing winning baseball with the Twins. They really are. They're professionals. They're veteran players, so I think they're good pickups for the Tigers for this year.
Certainly a benefit last night. We're talking Tigers. We'll continue when we come back. If you want to get in on the conversation, phone number 265-4000. 517 is the area code. You're listening to Inside the Cave with Ian Wentz and John Roberts.
Long Motor Sales in Tecumseh is asking for your help. Please do your part and wear a face mask while you're in public spaces. Do it for the kids, if not for yourself. We want our kids to be able to go back to school this fall. A friendly reminder that you can shop Long's current inventory online at longmotorsales.net.
New to the lot this week at Long Motor Sales is a white 2016 GMC Terrain. This all-wheel drive SUV is great on gas, roomy, but not too big, stylish, and very well taken care of. Some features include power steering and remote keyless entry. And best of all, only 30,500 miles. Stop in and tell Eric you want to take this car for a ride today.
If your vehicle needs an oil change or a major overhaul or repair, take it to Long's Automotive Service. Nathan Long has over 15 years of experience as a certified technician, giving you dealership quality service at a low price. Long Motor Sales and Long Automotive Service in Tecumseh. Long, a name you know and trust.
Even though school buildings are closed statewide for the remainder of the school year, the Lenawee Intermediate School District has been hard at work developing and implementing a continuity of learning plan for our students. This is a unique challenge, and LISD instructors and support staff have worked diligently to provide a variety of distance learning options that best suit the needs of each student. The LISD appreciates your patience and understanding as we learn together how best to serve Lenawee students during this unprecedented time. To view our learning plan and the latest COVID-19 updates, visit lisd.us/COVID19.
The Springs BP on West US 223 near Onstead Highway is your locally owned one-stop convenience store. The Springs BP Beer Cave is fully stocked and has a huge selection of craft beer along with all of the standards. If you're looking for something a little different, they have a variety of prepared cocktails and drink mixes plus state minimum prices on their huge selection of liquor. The Springs BP also has propane tank exchanges, fishing licenses, and bait. So if you're headed to the lake for the weekend or just heading home, make sure you stop and shop at the Springs BP.
Michigan's auto insurance laws are changing, and that means drivers have a lot to think about, right, Steve Hayes?
People are going to have to be hands-on their auto insurance. They've got a lot of choices here. bodily injury limits or your PIP choice. Are you going to stay unlimited or do you want to ramp it down?
But one thing hasn't changed. The local independent agents at Hayes Insurance Agency. They know the new laws inside and out. And whether you're one of their customers or not, they'll help you make an intelligent, informed decision.
It's not uncommon for us to take calls for 5 hours a day of just questions. I get a lot of paperwork that might be intimidating, and we walk them through it. We don't tell people what they should do. We're going to give them the option.
From the simplest questions to the most complex, count on Steve Hayes and his staff at the Hayes Insurance Agency.
I want to be the agent that has the most knowledge about these new laws.
Call Hayes Insurance, get all the insurance you need.
Hayes Insurance, 423-8316.
As you feel the blades of grass tickle your bare feet, a subtle breeze stirs the green leaves overhead. There you are, sipping a cold drink, admiring the beauty and solitude of your own landscaped backyard. The realization has set in. Calling Sealers Landscape and Design was the best and easiest decision you've ever made. Their 3D design program brought your paradise to life. Now for the tough decision, where to put the hammock. Call Sealers Landscape and Design at 442-4823 for a free estimate today.
I found us a place that wants to hire a few good employees. That's us.
Wait, does it pay well?
It does, and we can get meals and discounts on all kinds of things. The hours are flexible. They even offer scholarships, insurance, and a retirement plan.
Sounds too good to be true.
Nope, it's true.
McDonald's offers a wide variety of job and career opportunities from crew member to management. We're hiring for both our North and South Main locations in Adrian and at our Hudson Meridian Road McDonald's.
Broadcasting live from the heart of Lenawee County, Michigan. Sports Talk Radio with a local angle on Inside the Cave. Weekdays from 7 to 9 a.m. on 96.5 FM. We give opinions and analysis on what's happening in the world of sports. Interview area coaches and players. And get you ready to start your day.
Sweet, man.
Grab a flashlight, hiking boots, and a compass because it's time to go Inside the Cave. Weekday mornings 7 to 9 on 96.5 The Cave and 965thecave.com.
Concerned about what's in your pet food? Wondering if your pet is slowing down because of old age or just something else? Come to Red Mill Pet Supplies. Many pets can benefit by switching to our unique raw food products. They have the highest nutritional value because nothing is lost during processing. Let us help teach you the differences. All your pet's need for a healthier, happier life can be found at 1111 West Chicago Boulevard, across from McDonald's in Tecumseh, and on Facebook at Red Mill Pet Supplies.
When trades are made, when records are broken, when championships lay in the balance, we've got you covered. 96.5 The Cave.
7:29 inside the cave. The clock just changed over. Ian Went, John Roberts inside the cave. Now, you said earlier that you enjoy the new music.
I like this one too. A little Tom Petty-ish.
Okay.
Yeah.
If there was going to be controversy when I was loading these in, that was going to be it.
No,
it's got a little country-ish. It's got a little twangy kind of guitar.
Southern rock, a little bit, slow song for Southern rock. I said you hit it out of the park with the new music bumpers there. You got a little. Jeff thought the one was like he was ready to jump in the Soul Train dance line, and you got a little hip hop. I haven't heard that one yet this morning. So
hip hop one,
that
could be coming up.
Yeah, and then we got our classics, the sports update, the newsroom sounding, we got some good. We're diversifying.
Okay. I was thinking, I'm like, man, if you didn't like it, or Jeff, you would have texted me.
Oh no,
that would have been the
Yeah,
I'm thinking.
I'm surprised when he's seen you here at the station, he hasn't said anything about it.
Oh, he told me Monday.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, I haven't seen you since. Last week. Tuesday?
Yeah. Was it last Tuesday we did a show? We did, yeah.
Or no, I did it with John Kane.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe I saw you in passing in the hallway.
Probably, yeah. And I didn't know about the music at that point. It was like a well-guarded secret.
It was. I like to surprise you guys.
Hey, it made our Monday. We were jamming here in the studio.
Jeff doing some chair dances.
Oh, we both had a little. We weren't shaking our booty because those were glued to the chairs, but
smart
shaking our shoulders. Let's say.
There we go. Yeah. So if you want to get in, I mean, we're talking Tigers. There are sports happening. This is a sports talk show. If you're listening, you watch the Tigers or heard them on the radio, you want to get your 2 cents in. Phone number is
265-4000.
517 is the area code.
It's a nice little tag team effort by you and John there. I like that one.
One of the originals.
One of the originals. Yeah, we would love to hear from. What do you give a thumbs up so far from the Tigers? What do you give a thumbs down so far from the Tigers? I mean, they're 3-2, so there's been some. They've gotten blown out in their 2 losses. So their 2 losses have not been, let's say, good losses, if there is such a thing.
Quality loss.
Quality loss, sure. But their wins have been. They've won some close games.
Very close. I mean, 9th inning home runs.
Yeah. I mean, they've won games late. So, I think it's been kind of exciting to watch so far. I did not get to see last night's game. I was otherwise occupied, but watching the highlights as you did. But I did watch the Cincinnati games over the weekend.
I mean, there's real sports happening.
Yeah.
Live.
Yeah.
I'm going
to catch tonight's game.
Baseball on.
Yeah. I grew up watching baseball when I was a kid. I mean, baseball was it when I was a kid. You're a little bit younger than me.
Well, I was still a kid.
Yeah, everybody's a kid at some point.
Yeah. A summer night, it's Tigers.
Yeah.
It's hot and muggy outside. Ugh. We're going to watch the Tigers. Or it's a Saturday afternoon. Let's go up to Detroit, down to Detroit.
Yeah. See, you and I both grew up. We lived close enough where you could hop in a car and,
sure,
especially those years where they're not real good and no one really, you can always find seats the day of the game.
And if you're a kid and you don't know any better, like you're 7 or 8 years old.
Yeah.
Well, I want to go to the ballpark. Oh, yeah, for sure. It's awesome. You got the huge cotton candies, the
little hot dog,
pop.
What else did we have?
You get to hang out with whoever you're with.
Yeah. Maybe your dad, maybe your, big brother, kids on the street, where you grew up, those
school
kinds
field
of things.
trip, company
there you
trip.
Go. Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
And to watch it and to have it happen, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's still maybe my favorite. Hockey's up there, though. I like to go watch the Red Wings play in person. That's a tough one.
That'd be a fun ranking to do.
Yeah. What's your favorite sport to watch in person?
Man.
I like baseball because you just kind of chill. You just let it happen and, every once in a while something exciting happens. Maybe more than every once in a while. I mean, I'm still one of those people that kind of I want to watch the game. I mean, we can talk, but I want to watch the game.
Right, yeah. I'll go fill up on whatever. But
right. I mean, I'm going to run to the concession stand or the restroom or whatever, but I try to do that between innings,
There are certain sports, too, that I can't stand watching on TV.
Mm-hmm.
But if I were there, I'd love it.
Yeah.
Golf is the number one example for me.
Yeah.
I know my dad's listening, but watching golf on TV might be the most boring thing that anyone can ever do. But if I'm there watching it, or if I'm playing golf, it's completely different. It's so much fun.
When I like to watch golf is like on a Sunday afternoon, and it's a crummy day here, like maybe raining or something,
like
and you watch, yeah, exactly. And so you're watching them play golf in Hilton Head or something, and it's beautiful, or down in Florida or out in Hawaii, and it's like
they're wearing shorts,
a
hat, because the sun, and you're like,
sun
where's
is shining,
the sun?
And it just makes you feel like, okay, the weather's good somewhere, maybe not here, but so I don't mind that. It's usually good to take a nap during too, and you wake up later and they're still playing.
Boring.
They're still playing, and I love to play golf
because it's 8-hour day, or however long it ends up being.
Yeah. I mean, I like to play golf, too. I mean, we talked about that. You're a golfer.
Yep.
You played a little high school golf.
Yeah, here and there.
Here and there. We should have a cave outing one day.
Write that down. Yeah, for sure. We'll go live on Twitter or Facebook or something.
Oh, we could do the show from a golf course and show us playing golf for 2 hours.
Yeah. They're open by 7, right?
Yeah. We'd be the first guys out. They would open for us, of course.
Oh, for sure. If they knew we were coming?
If we knew we were coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get the red carpet rolled out. They'd have your tees lined up for you in the cup holder on the cart already.
Carts would be ready, wiped down, no dew on the seats.
We're not walking.
Oh, no,
So
no.
get those carts fired up.
No, my days of walking and golfing are, I mean, unless it's like I'm playing at Augusta National or something, then I might walk if they made me. But that was what I had to do to play golf there. I'd labor through it.
Right.
I probably wouldn't score very well because I'd be exhausted from walking.
Right. So I need to backtrack.
Okay.
We got to golf because I'm talking about it on TV. Tigers are on TV.
They are.
Listeners, did you watch the game? What are your thoughts on it? I mean, they won 4-3.
Yeah.
It had everything. It had 3 home runs, 2 by the Tigers, 1 by the Royals. It had a guy in his major league debut, 3 innings, just that one mistake, really. And it had a bullpen. A bullpen. When's the last time the Tigers had a bullpen that was worth anything?
Well, I was just going to say, they have one every year.
Yeah. Yeah, statistically they do, yeah.
On the roster, there are guys listed as relief pitchers.
Is this a fluke? I'm sure there's a large percentage of people saying, man, Ian, they won against the Royals 4-3. I don't care.
Hey,
they need to be.
That's the team right now. They need to be better than that. That should be their goal. We want to be better. If nothing else this year, we want to be better than the Royals, because that means they finish last place and we don't, and that's improvement. You know, you just got to look, okay, and then after that, who's after this year's over, okay, who's the next team we got to get better than in our division? We right now maybe we're better than the Royals, and we got to stay better than the Royals. But who's the next team we can catch up to? And those top 3, because the White Sox got a lot of good young players, and so who knows who it'll be next year? The Twins, the Indians, the White Sox. But they're going to have to find who do they have to take that next step past if they can get past the Royals this year. That should be their goal. Don't finish last.
And this season, what's going to be the number? Everyone's talking about playoffs. Every fan, every sports talk show about every team is saying, we can't make the playoffs. It's only 60 games.
But they've added more teams.
What number do you think they need to get?
Well, more than what 30. You and I predicted for them.
Way more.
I don't think they can get in with 24 wins, like I said.
Are they looking at 35? Is that too high?
Or is this year a team that's right about 500 with, say, 31 or 32 wins gets in? Could be.
It all depends on the division.
If I remember correctly, I just hit the glass again, and it's moving. Kind of freaks me out when it's happening because it makes it look like you're...
A little wonky?
Yeah, it's like you're in a fishbowl over there and you're swimming. It's like, hold still. But anyways, isn't it the first and second place team in each division are in, I believe. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the American League and 6
and then 2 wild cards.
Something like that, yeah.
I think it's a 16-team playoff.
Yes.
That's what they got going.
Yes. And it's 8 from each league. And so you got the 2 wild cards in there, like you always do. But what they've done is added the second place teams as automatic qualifiers. So
that could potentially drop down your number of wins
needed. Yeah.
But you're playing
because now you're talking you're a third place team. That might be a little much to hope for if you're the Tigers, because you got the White Sox, the Twins, and the Indians ahead of you probably. But hey, all it takes is losing some big players for a week. I mean, look at the Marlins. That could happen. That could happen to multiple teams throughout this season.
Cleveland, I mean, Ohio's numbers for COVID are jumping a little bit.
You know, you don't want to see it happen, but it could happen.
It alters the schedule. You got to play double headers.
You're bringing up guys that weren't normally on your opening day roster maybe to play, and you know, you'd like to think in some cases they're not as talented as the guys you started the season with.
You're playing a lot of your games against the Indians, Twins, Royals, White Sox.
Yeah.
That can be a benefit or a disadvantage.
Well, and
you can gain a lot of ground quickly this season.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons I thought, too, at the beginning, they're going to win a higher percentage of games this year. They're not playing the Yankees. They're not playing the Astros. They're not playing the A's. They're not playing some of the better teams. They're not playing the Rays. You know, they're not playing some of the better teams in the American League. I think most people, if you look, if they said which is the weakest division in the American League, a lot of people would say the Central.
Because the Tigers and the Royals.
Right. I mean, you know.
You only need
the
to
Orioles
get
are pretty bad this year, but the other 4 teams in that division are pretty good. I mean, even the Blue Jays are okay. So, I think they'll win more games just on that factor alone. Now, the National League Central that they're crossing over against, that's pretty tough. That's a pretty wide. I mean, really, other than maybe the Pirates, everybody's got a shot there.
They sure do. We're going to take a break.
Sure.
Pay some bills.
Hey, you're in charge over there. You're running the board.
On the other side of the break, we'll still take your Tiger calls, 517-265-4000. And on the other side of the break, we're going to flip a coin during the break and decide, are we going to talk hockey or basketball professional? Because they're back.
They're back.
Baby. They're
Friday
back.
night is the first official games.
I mean, they're playing games. I mean, there's things we can watch.
Yeah.
It's a, quote, preseason.
Yeah, they're like, look, I wouldn't call them scrimmages because they're like really playing, but they're like the warm-up games, kind of. They're not official, are they? Do they count towards their... I don't know.
Later this week, it might be tomorrow, the NBA will start their end of last season, or this past
Gotcha. And then hockey
season.
is like, doesn't the playoffs start Friday?
Yeah. They have a couple preseason.
Yeah, preseason.
That don't affect
the standings or seeding or whatever. Okay, there we go.
We're talking our top contenders from each league. We'll take care of that on the other side of the break. It's Inside the Cave with Ian Wentz and John Roberts. We'll be right back.
We are so grateful to our local heroes, those serving our community every day, to the people working at our grocery stores. We are encouraged by your bravery as you keep our homes stocked with food. To our first responders, how we are grateful for your courage when you come to the need of our community. To our medical personnel and their support teams, working on the front lines to combat this deadly virus. Words are not enough to express our gratitude. So as a community, let us join together while keeping appropriate social distancing and tell our local heroes how much we love and appreciate their sacrifice and the sacrifices of their loved ones. May God's mighty hand protect and guide each of you during these uncertain times.
This message is brought to you by 3-Dimensional Physical Therapy, 3D PT, because people matter.
Hi, I'm Jim.
And I'm Lisa.
As the new owners of Noggle Heating and Cooling, we assure you that we are still your local Lennox dealer.
Don't just guess if you're getting the best. We know you'll feel comfortable in your home with a Lennox. A Lennox will make the air cooler, warmer, drier, cleaner, and better, with innovative systems that are exceptionally quiet and energy efficient.
Our crew has the expertise and resources to serve you in the best possible way.
Call 423-3121. We're ready to serve you at Noggle Heating and Cooling.
Here's the offer. It's low and they're turned down. Sellers went with a higher bid.
Crucial mistakes being made, costing them their dream home.
Offer number 2 looked good, but wait, flag on a play. They weren't pre-approved. Unbelievable.
This just in, the buyers just called Coach Jay Reed from Excel Realty.
Now that's a smart play. Coach Jay has a winning record in leading his home buyers to the closing table. Touchdown! Another win for Coach Jay Reed.
Call 902-7100 today for your big home buying win.
Get your vehicle in shape for the summer with a complete cleanup at Beecher Street Car Wash and Auto Detailing. They will clean your vehicle inside and out. They offer detailing services like interior shampoo, hand wax, and buffing. Their expert staff will make your car, SUV, or van sparkle. They even do boats, RVs, and semis. Gift certificates available. Beecher Street Car Wash and Auto Detailing is open Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. till 7 p.m., and Sunday, 9 a.m. till 4 p.m. Ask about their monthly membership and their annual memberships. They're located on West Beecher Street next to Barrett's.
You'll hit a home run every time with Hayes Insurance Agency.
Their team of independent agents will cover all the bases
and find you the right policy at the best price.
For your car, your home, your business, whatever you need.
Hayes Insurance, serving residents of Lenawee County and beyond for over a half century.
Call 517-423-8316.
Call Hayes Insurance, get all the insurance you need.
Or visit HayesINS.com. In 1968, Tigers great Jim Northrup hit 2 grand slams in one game.
And ever since, the Hayes Insurance Agency has been hitting grand slams for all its customers in Lenawee County and beyond.
For your car, your home, your farm, your business, count on Hayes Insurance Agency.
On Occidental Highway between Adrian and Tecumseh.
Call 517-423-8316.
Call Hayes Insurance, get all the insurance you need.
Or visit HayesINS.com.
We want to take you out to the ballpark. At 96.5 The Cave, we created Ball with a Twist. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays at 6 p.m. and Saturdays at 2. Lenawee County High School teachers, administrators, and coaches will swing for the fences and play ball live from Cave Stadium. John Kane, Jeff Bowman, John Roberts, Pat Hayes, and Ian Wendt will call the action on 96.5 The Cave and 965thecave.com. The Lenawee Diamond League is brought to you by Hyatt Insurance and Beecher Street Car Wash.
96.5 The Cave, Lenawee County Sports.
7:48 inside the cave. Ian Wendt, John Roberts with you on a Wednesday morning, July 29th, 2020. Great to have you along with us. If you're in your car, you're on 96.5 FM. Make that one of your presets.
Absolutely.
Real easy. Cars make it easy these days. And if you're heading into the office, switch over to your phone, your laptop, your iPad, your tablet. Just go to 965thecave.com. We are streaming live. And you going to say it?
I was going to say it. If you do miss today's show, you can catch it later. How can they do that, Ian?
Well, that's a YouTube channel.
Yes.
Started it last Friday. I try to get them out the same day. Some days I don't. But if you miss it or you want to relive a moment, we say something awesome
yes.
or not so awesome, you can go back and be like, oh, yeah, Ian did say that the Patriots were going to go 6-10. And John Kane was crazy to say they're going to go 10-6 or whatever thing it might be.
Yeah.
So that's on... You'll have to search either Inside the Cave and then scroll
on
through
YouTube.
On YouTube. But
yes.
The easiest way would be to go to Lenawee Broadcasting Company YouTube channel, hit subscribe. Then you just get notified.
And does that cost anything, Ian?
No.
To subscribe?
Nope.
See? It's free radio.
Sure is.
On YouTube.
Quality stuff. I know a lot of the kids like to sleep in, and
there you
but they
go.
want to hear the show. So there you go. It's on
24/7, 365 days a year. Inside the Cave.
Again, it's Lenawee Broadcasting Company. Super excited.
Yeah.
About that. Glad to finally get that off the ground. Now that we also have sports to talk about.
I know. We've just been giddy around here all week.
I almost cried, like, from emotion during the break. I'm like, John, there's sports happening.
We have Kleenex over here if you need them.
Like, this is obviously what the show was for.
Yeah.
We started with the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
With Kansas City's huge win.
Yep.
And then in the next week, 2 weeks, things started shutting down. Spring sports, winter sports, I should say, were cut off.
Yeah.
Spring sports never happened, and this is finally it.
Well, and
this was my first almost hour talking about a sport that counted that we really care about.
Well,
if we're
and
being honest, NASCAR's been going.
Yeah,
all that stuff, which is great.
It is. No slight to those sports, because thankfully we've had those, because we've been able to talk about it. And, I guess as sports guys, it probably forced us to focus on those sports a little bit more and learn about those sports a little bit more than maybe we would have in a quote-unquote normal year.
Right, more of the individual sports have still been happening.
Right. Well, even during the break, we both said, what was the last sporting event you watched live in person? And you said, of course, the Harris Cup game at Adrian College, and my last one was the district semifinal for the boys basketball team at Adrian out at Onstead High. That was it.
Was that the game that went to overtime? Or was that the regular season?
Regular season, I believe, was overtime. I don't remember that one going to overtime, because
was it last second?
Well, we kind of pulled away at the end. I think we had a steal late in the game, and
they were down though, weren't they?
Yeah, they scored like the last 7 or 9 points to take the lead, and we had a steal. If I remember, it was Sage Doan had a steal at the end of the game to kind of put the game away, and that's my memory of
March.
It. Yeah, so March, whatever, and then I remember Thursday. They talked about the Friday's game may not happen, the district final may not happen, or it might be, each school gets so many fans at the game, and we were trying to make sure we got on that list as media, so we could broadcast the game.
And that was it.
That was it. I mean, I remember talking to Jeff. Do you think we'll be able to do the game? And he was like, "Well."
Then we found out.
No, you can't do the game.
Right.
Because there's not going to be a game right now.
But NBA games.
Yes.
We're talking like big-time leagues that are
real
back.
Games.
Of course, NASCAR's been going.
Yeah.
More individualized sports that have put the safety protocols in place have been happening. That's great. That needed to happen.
Yeah.
And I'm glad it did, and everyone's getting tested and staying as safe as they can.
Yeah.
Just giving hope to people.
Yeah.
But the NBA tips off their last 2 weeks of their season, regular season, tomorrow at 6:30 for the Utah Jazz and the New Orleans Pelicans. Now, it says the Pelicans are home. It doesn't matter.
They're all home.
They're all
it's all the same court,
home.
Basically. Well, courts, plural.
Down there in Disney.
Yeah. Happiest place on earth.
Sure is. Let's, we're talking contenders. Now, did you do a top 5?
I did a top 5.
Okay. Hard for me to, it's hard to do a top whatever in this league because you're starting from almost from scratch.
Almost from scratch.
Momentum from the season gone. I
kind of took where they were in the standings when things closed in March, and I right up front, I'm not a huge NBA guy.
Is this a disclaimer?
It is.
Kind of.
So if I have crummy picks, that's my disclaimer. I think I have good picks, solid picks. Maybe, people would say, you just picked all the top best teams. Well, yeah.
It's pretty much the case for
why wouldn't it? When you're talking about who's the contenders to win it, usually the best teams are the contenders to win it. But it's how we rank them that's critical. You ready? You want me to go?
Yeah, you can go. We're coming up toward the
Or do we want to wait till after the break?
No, you can give us. You can give us 5. We can get through number 5.
Okay.
I think.
My number 5 is the Boston Celtics.
Now that's controversy.
They were the 3rd best team in the East, I believe, as
Correct.
the season closed.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit of a dark horse, maybe, but there's just something about the Celtics from reading about them all year. Watching highlight. I like the chemistry. I like how they play.
Boston,
and I think Brad
5.
Stevens is becoming a better and better coach every year at the NBA level.
Certainly some talent with Boston.
Yeah.
Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
Gordon Hayward. Couple pieces, Marcus Smart. I mean, these aren't.
They're not the
LeBrons,
superstars of the
but
NBA that you think of, that get
they're
all
right
the press.
there.
Yeah, they're a good, solid basketball team.
Now, would I put them in a top 5?
Well,
maybe. Would I put them in a top 10? Sure.
Yes.
They're certainly a top 10 team in the NBA. We're talking our NBA contenders. We need to go to a break. We'll do a sports update.
We'll pick it up after the update.
Right at 8 o'clock. John will have that for you. You're listening to Inside the Cave, 96.5 FM, and, of course, 965thecave.com. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram. Don't forget our email, sports@965thecave.com. Our YouTube channel. Just go to Lenawee Broadcasting Company. Hour number 2 coming up Inside the Cave.
I'm Stan the Man I Am, and I have to say it feels quite warm outside today. But summer thunderstorms are... Again, that's diversifiedroofingllc.com.
Wouldn't it be sweet to have an endless supply of Culver's fresh frozen custard always at the ready? Just do what we do. Start each day by pouring fresh dairy into your precise temperature-controlled custard machine. Trust me, once you have one, you'll wonder how you ever lived without it. Adjust flow to produce creamy ribbons of frozen custard. And lastly, this is the best part, do the spoon test to ensure smooth texture. Yum!
Better yet, come to Culver's and leave the whole frozen custard made throughout the day thing to us. Welcome to Delicious.
We've been doing business in downtown Tecumseh since 1982. Hi, this is Ed Hall with Carpet on Wheels. That's 38 years as a family-owned local business. Of course, we couldn't have done it without the support of our clients, but there's something to be said about being around for so long. We carry newer selections of floor covering, window treatments, and area rugs. We professionally install everything we sell. Stop in, see for yourself. Get the quality you need and the service you deserve at Carpet on Wheels.
It's summertime. It's hot, dusty, and dirty, and your car needs to be washed. Where do you go? Imagine a crystal palace with a runway where your car glides through a series of steps and your pride and joy is blown dry by angel wings. Okay, maybe that's a bit too much, but Sudsy Does a Car Wash does bless your vehicle with the highest quality of solutions and equipment to lift your car to a higher level of clean. We know you want your car to look great, so try Sudsy Does a Car Wash in Tecumseh.
Sudsy Does a Car Wash, Gary's Quick Lube too.
Broadcasting live from the heart of Lenawee County, Michigan. Sports Talk Radio with a local angle on Inside the Cave. Weekdays from 7 to 9 a.m. on 96.5 FM. We give opinions and analysis on what's happening in the world of sports. Interview area coaches and players. And get you ready to start your day.
Sweet, man.
Grab a flashlight, hiking boots, and a compass because it's time to go Inside the Cave. Weekday mornings 7 to 9 on 96.5 The Cave and 965thecave.com.
The best in regional sports from Southeast Michigan. WLEN Adrian, HD2, W243AD, 96.5 The Cave.
96.5 The Cave. Lenawee County Sports. Broadcasting live from the heart of Lenawee County, Michigan. This is Inside the Cave on 96.5 FM and 965thecave.com. Sports Talk Radio with a local angle, where we give opinions and analysis on what's happening in the world of sports. Interview area coaches and players, and get you ready to start your day.
Good morning.
Now, grab a flashlight, hiking boots, and a compass, because it's time to go Inside the Cave.
Eight o'clock on a Wednesday morning, hour number 2 Inside the Cave with Ian Wendt and John Roberts.
Probably our best 60-minute performance of the year.
Couldn't agree more.
You got to find a way to replicate what you did.
All right, let's see if we can.
That's the goal.
2, and it sure is. Every single day. It's a sports update. A lot to get to in the second hour, so let's get things started.
Now for an Inside the Cave sports update.
All right, the presidents of the MIAA schools, including Dr. Jeffrey Docking of Adrian College, are planning on getting together to discuss what to do about this upcoming athletic season, including football, to play or not to play, or to split the season perhaps. Some games in the fall, others in the spring. Some schools might even opt to play in the spring only. Whatever happens, Bulldog coach Jim Deere, keeping the players, coaches, and staff safe is the main goal.
It's a lot of challenges, a lot of different things, a lot of protocols. In Adrian College, we plan on following NCAA guidelines, regardless, if the MIAA plays, if Adrian plays, we will do exactly what the NCAA recommends and go about it in that fashion and try to be safe and try to do this thing right and try to get back to some semblance of normal.
Adrian College football coach Jim Deere. After getting pounded the night before, the Tigers responded with a nice win over the Royals, 4-3, again with the long ball, and this time good pitching. Jonathan Scope and Kristen Stewart each hit 2-run homers in the third inning to lift the Tigers over the Royals. Dan Dickerson with the calls on both shots. Scope got the Tigers on the board.
Phillips going back, looking up, and it's gone! A home run! Jonathan Scope to straightaway center. Rode the wind a little bit, and it just kept carrying over the 420 marker. A 2-run shot. Tigers now trail 3-2 here in the third.
And then Stewart broke out of a slump with the game winner.
Kristen Stewart at the plate. He's due. First pitch, fly ball, left field, deep. Phillips on the run to the wall, jumps up, and it's gone! A home run! Kristen Stewart, opposite field, jumps on the first offering from Zuber and hits his first home run of the year, a 2-run shot. And the Tigers have taken a 4-3 lead here in the third.
Whit Merrifield hit a 3-run shot in the top of the third for Kansas City, but the Tigers answered quickly and held on from there. Tyler Alexander and 4 other relievers held the Royals scoreless for the final 6 innings. Ronnie Garcia worked the first 3 innings for Detroit in his Major League debut. He allowed the homer by Merrifield. Also in the American League Central, Josh Donaldson homered and drove in 2 runs in his Target Field debut with Minnesota as the Twins beat the St. Louis Cardinals 6-3. Carlos Santana hit a 3-run homer, Oscar Mercado had a 2-run single, and the Cleveland Indians beat the Chicago White Sox 5-3 to complete a doubleheader sweep Tuesday night. They won the opener 4-3. Benches cleared Tuesday night in the first game between the Astros and Dodgers since it was revealed that Houston stole signs en route to a 2017 World Series championship that came at Los Angeles' expense. The fracas occurred, that's a good word, fracas, occurred after Dodgers reliever Joe Kelly threw high and tight pitches to Astros stars Alex Bregman and Carlos Correa in the 6th inning. The Dodgers led 5-2 after a 5-run fifth when Kelly, who was with Boston in 2017 and also faced Houston that postseason, threw behind Bregman for ball 4. Major League Baseball has come up with a patchwork schedule for the remainder of the week due to a virus outbreak that has sickened half of the Miami Marlins team. MLB suspended the Marlins season through Sunday. The Philadelphia Phillies will remain idled by the pandemic until Friday. ESPN's Jeff Passan sums it up.
This is 2020 in a nutshell. It is chaos. It is not understanding what's going to be going on within 24 hours, let alone 24 days. And Major League Baseball, if it wants to get a season in, is simply going to have to embrace the chaos. And it's a bad kind of chaos because it's coming in the middle of a pandemic. It's coming with people traveling around the country and being exposed to the virus like the Marlins were. And that is what makes it so difficult to swallow, that nobody knows what's coming.
That's ESPN's Jeff Passan. The league said that among more than 6,400 tests conducted since Friday, there were no new positives involving on-field personnel from any team other than the Marlins. But that's not reassuring to players. The Brewers slugger Ryan Braun says he's found it difficult to focus on baseball at all during the last couple of days. Braun said MLB players are constantly assessing whether they should keep playing. Infectious disease expert Dr. Anthony Fauci said the season could be in jeopardy. And finally, Ian, Tom Izzo is building something that on paper looks to be something special for the MSU Spartans. The latest news out of East Lansing is that they have landed 5-star center 6'10" Enoch Boache from Ontario. He will be part of the 2022 class. Just the latest addition to the impressive mix of the nation's top recruit. Imani Bates from Ypsilanti Lincoln and Pierre Brooks II and Max Christie, all premier players. So good things coming together, maybe, in East Lansing for the Spartans basketball program.
Michigan State Tom Izzo's.
There you
My
go.
goodness. If someone's going to win an offseason, it's Tom Izzo right now.
Yes.
Like nationally.
Yeah, I got to
Probably,
believe that's the top recruiting class. It's pretty darn good.
Oh.
He must be pretty good.
Yeah, that's right.
They know what to do and how to do it. He must be pretty good.
And he is pretty good. He's a pretty good coach. Probably a little better than pretty good. He's excellent.
Great coach.
Yeah, very much so.
So we'll get to that.
We will.
We're actually going to talk about that.
Yes,
That'll
we
be
are.
A partial segment. But we're talking right now professional basketball as they are starting up their season. The conclusion of it, they're starting it up tomorrow at 6:30 with the Jazz and the Pelicans, and then the nightcap, two of the better teams, Clippers and the Lakers at 9 o'clock. Could be some issues with the Clippers if you're following the national scope of things.
Lou Will
Uh-huh.
eating some chicken wings.
Going out to dinner. One of his favorite places, allegedly.
Allegedly.
So we're breaking down our top 5 NBA contenders.
We're breaking it down and waking you up.
That's exactly what we're doing, John. Nice. So we got to your number 5.
Yes.
Boston.
Boston Celtics were my number 5.
And they were number 3 in the Eastern Conference right now.
Yep.
2.5 game lead over the Heat.
Yep.
Not 2.5. Yeah, 2.5 over the Heat. They're not in my top 5. They're certainly a top 10.
Yep.
And they could be a 6 or 7 for me. Do you want to go? You want to alternate or just go through your list?
Let's alternate.
Okay. My number 5 is the number 2 team in the East right now, the Toronto Raptors.
Okay.
I mean, they're riding some mo from last season.
Yeah.
46-18 when the year ended. I mean, just trailing the Bucks in the East. They're still solid. I mean, they're a really good ball club there in Toronto. Sort of a shock for a lot of people when Kawhi left that they're still this good. And I'm buying it right now.
Yeah. Well, I thought about the Raptors, but I just want to see how they do in the playoffs without Kawhi. That's the big unknown for me because he's a big playoff guy. I mean, when he shows up for the playoffs.
Oh, he's a difference maker.
Yeah.
Definitely. And his team is coming up
Not
later
that
on
he's
my
a
list.
bad player in the regular season, but something about Kawhi Leonard when the playoffs hit, that's kind of his time of the year.
Certainly is. But I have his former team at number 5.
Okay. My number 4, I'm going out west, the Denver Nuggets. I think they're one of the better young teams in basketball. They've been kind of piecing together the last few years, and it's all really starting to come together for Denver this year.
I echo it. I have them at number 4.
We're
also,
awesome.
I don't know if that's a trendy pick to go with Denver.
Yeah.
I mean, Denver and Utah seem to be sort of in the same class
Yeah.
They're right there, and they can do it. Might be another team we need to see do well in the last couple of weeks to get themselves where they need to be. But Denver's certainly a quality club in a tough West.
Yeah, the West is really tough.
Sitting in third place at this point in the season, yeah. I mean, I have them at 4.
Yeah. Yeah. My number 3, the Milwaukee Bucks.
We didn't collaborate on this list beforehand, right?
We did
Just so our
not.
listeners know.
We did not.
Yeah, I have them at number 3 too.
Yeah, they're the best team in the East. I'm not sure they're any higher than the third best team in the NBA. They're really good, but they got some guys that got to step up in the playoffs this year. Chris Middleton kind of disappeared a little bit in the playoffs last year, and that's a guy that during the regular season plays really well. They need him to be the number 2 there, I think, to Giannis.
Giannis,
the Greek
puts
freak,
them at number 3.
Yeah.
They're the reason they're the number 1 in the East. Whatever anyone says.
He's an amazing player. He really is.
He's the Greek freak, as they say.
He earned that nickname.
I mean, they are scary good. He needs to get it together for the playoff run.
Yeah.
You know, if the Bucks are going to do it, it's going to be Giannis.
He's got to put him on his back, no question.
They're decent without him, but they are really good with him.
Yeah.
Fun fact about Milwaukee.
The city or the team?
The city.
Okay.
Traveling with the hockey team.
Yeah.
Stopped in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Had dinner at a place across the street from where the Bucks play.
Nice.
And I looked at it and I'm going, that's where they play?
Yeah.
It is awesome to see at night. I don't know what the name of the place is, but super cool looking, and the Bucks were on TV, and it was nice. It was cool.
Nice.
Yeah. It was.
Yeah.
So where are we at with so I have the Bucks at number 3.
Okay.
Also.
Yeah. Well, I don't think our top 2 are going to be much of a surprise. Maybe the order. I have the Clippers at number 2. I think if they're going to lose Lou Williams for an amount of time, just with the quarantine and everything, how does that affect the chemistry coming back after the long layoff? Not so much the chemistry in the locker room, but the chemistry on the court. He's a big part of their team. Obviously they got some great players in Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, and they're good enough to win the whole thing. But just that Lou Williams question probably kept me from maybe putting them number 1 overall, because they're a really good defensive team.
Former Piston Reggie Jackson.
Yeah.
On the roster, but man, you look at the top 2 guys, Kawhi and Paul George.
Yeah.
If they're playing, they're the number 2 team in basketball, the NBA. That's right where I have them.
Yeah.
Right with you, John. They're number 2.
Yeah.
And just because the best player of my generation is on the number 1 team, but Kawhi's going to flip a switch. Hopefully Paul George flips a switch too for the Clippers, but they're a team that probably needs to stay at number 2.
Yeah.
They can't afford to slip too far. I mean, they're 3 games ahead of the Jazz.
Right.
If you slip to number 4, then you're looking at you're playing the Thunder, you're playing the Jazz, you're playing the Rockets.
Yeah,
a little bit different than playing
more
Memphis,
difficult road, right?
Or the Pelicans if they sneak in.
Right, which the NBA hopes they do for TV purposes.
Yes.
They want Zion in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, Clippers number 2.
All right.
We're only gonna have one different team here.
Well,
number 1 is unanimous, right?
But it might change if we revisit this once the playoffs get going, which I'm sure we will.
Yes.
It'll probably change. Well, it'll have to change because,
we'll rank the playoff teams.
Yeah.
Seems like a good segment to do.
Yeah. Well, number 1 is the Lakers. I guess they're the best team in basketball, and until somebody proves they're not, but they've got some lineup questions. They're not a rock solid number 1, even though we both, I assume, have them at number 1.
Yes.
The Clippers aren't far behind them, and anything could happen in a 7-game series between them and the Bucks, let's say, in the finals. And the West is tough. No matter who gets in, it's a bit of a road to climb to the top of the Western Conference.
Yeah,
Someone's going to get upset in the Western Conference. One of the top 4 seeds is going to get upset in the Western Conference.
And I don't think
my-
it'll be the Lakers.
I don't think it will either. But
Last time I checked, LeBron James is still on
Yeah.
the team, right?
Yeah. And they got Anthony Davis. They got some players, obviously. You don't get to be the best team in the NBA without having good players.
So, yeah, that's it. I mean, we got the same 1 through 4. We got Lakers, Clippers, Bucks, Nuggets, 1 through 4. But our number 5 is
A little different.
a little up in the air.
Who'd
got
you have again?
Toronto.
Who I had the Celtics. So they're 2-3 in the East, basically, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah. So, you went a little more chalk. I reached just a small bit there. So
Not
all
too
good
big of a
teams.
reach.
All good teams.
None of them are controversial.
No one would say, God, get out of here. They don't have a chance to win it all. I don't think.
No, I don't think so either.
I mean, some are obviously a little bit more of a long shot. None of those are long shots to win it all, I wouldn't say.
If either of them won it, wouldn't be surprised.
No, even the Celtics or the Raptors.
No.
Raptors won it last year. Nobody thought going into the playoffs, I don't think that they would win it last year. I certainly didn't.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
But a big night tomorrow.
For NBA fans.
Yep. Tipping off their season.
Yeah.
Part 2. 2020 Part 2.
Yep. So if you're an NBA fan, you'll probably be glued to a television tomorrow night, I would guess.
6:30 for, of course, Zion and the Pelicans taking on someone and the Utah Jazz. Shows you how much I follow the NBA.
Rudy Gobert.
Sure. Rudy
Donovan
Gobert,
Mitchell.
The Utah Jazz. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. There's a couple names. And that's a big game for the Pelicans if they are going to try to crawl their way into this thing because they're not in right now standings-wise. They've got to win some games to get past Memphis. So,
And then the nightcap, Lakers, Clippers, 9 o'clock tomorrow. That'll be a game John Kane and I get to talk about.
There you go.
How'd LeBron look?
Yeah.
How'd the Clippers look with their off-the-field issues?
Yeah.
We'll say.
Yeah.
So NBA tonight. Do you want to? I mean, we'll keep it going with basketball.
Okay.
How about that? Here's some segue music for you. Ready for this? Wolverine fans, plug your ears. Michigan fans. Michigan State is crushing it on the basketball court, and they're not even playing games. They're not even practicing. They're sitting at home watching Tom Izzo rake in these five-star guys. I mean, Amani Bates was, of course, the domino.
Right.
We're going to follow the best player in America, per a lot of people, for his class, to wherever he goes. And right now it's Michigan State, and they got a 6'10" center. I am going to struggle with his name probably all the time he's at Michigan State too, but it's Boucher, his last name, from Canada.
From Canada. Oh, Canada.
Number 1 prospect in the country.
Yep.
Up in Canada. Coming to East Lansing to play basketball. I know this is a super early hot take, but, I mean, are they the number 1 team in college basketball right now?
Well,
assuming
they certainly are when all those guys get there, I would think. I mean,
right. So we're not talking this season,
right?
The next season, because Amani's got to play one more year.
One more, yes.
But man,
after that, if all those guys show up in East Lansing, that's a pretty good squad you're putting together there. Those 4 guys that he's signed or got commitments from so far, signing, and they're not signed. They're
like
committed.
A verbal commit or
which
whatever.
These days doesn't always mean they're 100% going to go there. But it's better than no commitment.
Right. Or the position Michigan State was in, I don't know, 3 months ago.
Yeah.
With Cassius graduating and okay. There's some talent here, but it's not Final Four talent, and it's on the way. in East Lansing. If you want to give you can give your thoughts on this, you the listener. You should know the phone number by now, but just in case, 517-265-4000. If you want to talk basketball, we're talking pretty much all the sports today.
Yeah, because they're all starting to come back. Slowly but surely.
Oh, I got a new drop.
Yes.
This could be very important. Maybe you used it already.
Lay it on me.
All right. That's going to be a drop later. Huh? Yeah. How about that?
Yes.
So we can make a note of it and say, oh, yeah, that was dumb or that was wacky, whatever someone said.
Oh, that was really good.
Yeah, like one of those. So there you go. We can talk more Michigan State on the other side of the break, but after that, we're going to talk hockey. So hockey fans,
stay with us.
NBA fans, tune out. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
We're talking hockey. We're talking contenders.
Because we're going to be talking future NBA guys with Michigan State.
There we go. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. You're listening to Inside the Cave, Lenaway's Sports Talk Radio. Ian Wendt, John Roberts, Inside the Cave. It's 8:22. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Dennis from Abbey Carpet and Floor. Your home may be your castle, but it's also your canvas, and it's where you can express your personal style. So think waterproof, kid-proof, pet-proof with our stylish Cortec luxury vinyl floors to get the look that perfectly expresses what makes you, well, you. And it's now on sale for a limited time. So come in and choose from our large selection of wood and tile looks. And now, through July 31st, you can take advantage of our 12 months no-interest financing. And all Cortec products are Green Guard certified for indoor air quality. This means our floors are chemical-free and promote safe indoor air quality. And they're on sale now through July 31st. Qualifications and restrictions apply, so ask us for details. Abbey Carpet and Floor, America's choice in floor fashion since 1958.
Hello, I'm Mike Basham, the new service manager at Suburban Chevrolet of Clinton. This month we are offering special pricing on oil changes, 10% off any brake service, and savings on our BG air conditioning system deodorizer and performance enhancer. Remember, the Suburban Care program gets you 3 oil changes, 3 tire rotations, and 3 multi-point inspections for one low price. Busy schedule? We offer full service on Saturdays from 8 until 2, and also a fleet of loaner vehicles with a reservation. Get your vehicle ready for summer at Suburban Chevrolet of Clinton.
Homeschooling means more than learning at home. It means you, the parent, are the teacher, pick the curriculum, and report to the state. When you enroll your K-12 students in Tecumseh Virtual Academy, you are assured classes are aligned with state requirements and your child is supported by TPS staff members. The TVA gives students the flexibility to learn anywhere, anytime, and at their ability level. With equipment and our experienced support staff provided, we invite you to contact Tecumseh Virtual Academy to explore your students' options. Go to TVA Tecumseh online or find our link on WLEN.com.
Summer has finally arrived, and now that it's here, you better believe hot, muggy days are on the horizon. That means you need your air conditioner working at peak performance. If it's not, chances are you haven't had it checked recently. Or perhaps your air conditioner has checked out and is simply not keeping you cool on those hot, muggy days. Citizens Gas Fuel Company in Adrian can help with an air conditioning inspection. Trained professionals from Citizens Gas will come out and perform a complete inspection of your air conditioning unit to make sure it is ready for this upcoming hot and muggy summer. So do not spend another day wishing that you were cool and comfortable. Call Citizens Gas Fuel Company at 517-265-2144 today and schedule your air conditioning inspection. Again, that phone number is 517-265-2144 and schedule your air conditioning inspection. Citizens Gas Fuel Company, your local gas company, and more.
At DNP Communications, we value our community partnerships by ensuring when you work with us, you'll have the means to operate your business at peak functionality. Now, for a limited time, new customers can take advantage of our summer business bundle and get 175 meg internet connection paired with 1 business class phone line for $124.95 per month. DNP Communications, connecting you to what matters most.
Are your floors screaming for a makeover? If so, O'Connor & Sons Floor Covering in Tecumseh, with their combined 160 years of experience, wants to help. O'Connor & Sons sell and install many styles of floor covering. They have the area's largest selection of luxury vinyl tile and planks, which are completely waterproof. O'Connor & Sons also carries Cali Bamboo, which are the world's hardest floors. Pet problems? No worries. They have pet-proof carpet that is guaranteed against all pet stains. O'Connor & Sons Floor Covering on Russell Road in Tecumseh. Call them at 423-6170, or for more information, check them out on Facebook at O'Connor & Sons Flooring.
Is your asphalt driveway cracking? Does it need maintenance? After years of wear and tear, this is Rocky from K&B Asphalt Paving and Seal Coating. We do seal coating, hot rubber crack filling, and unlike others, we also do our own striping, patching, and paving. We are your one-stop shop for all your driveway and parking lot needs. We have 25 years of expertise and are fully insured for commercial and residential work. Visit us online or call 264-2541 for more information. At K&B Asphalt, we pledge to keep our customers satisfied by providing expert service with quality materials at a competitive price.
We want to take you out to the ballpark. At 96.5 The Cave, we created Ball with a Twist. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays at 6 p.m. and Saturdays at 2. Lenawee County High School teachers, administrators, and coaches will swing for the fences and play ball live from Cave Stadium. John Kane, Jeff Bowman, John Roberts, Pat Hayes, and Ian Wendt will call the action on 96.5 The Cave and 965thecave.com. The Lenawee Diamond League is brought to you by Hyatt Insurance and Beecher Street Car Wash.
96.5 The Cave. Sports for Lenawee County.
Wednesday, July 29th, 8:28 is the time. Ian Wendt, John Roberts inside The Cave. So happy to have you along with us. A lot of social media stuff to get out there. We have a Facebook page, Twitter, Instagram. If you're a big email person, you got an email, sports@965thecave.com. If you miss anything from the show, check out our YouTube channel. Go to Lenawee Broadcasting Company on YouTube. Just find the show Inside the Cave. You can relive some of your favorite moments from Inside the Cave. So we're going to wrap up our conversation about the recruiting job Mr. Tom Izzo is doing over in East Lansing to get Gatorade Player of the Year, Amani Bates, at least verbally committed. A lot of Spartan fans hoping he reclassifies and can go early, me being one of them.
Yeah, it's an exciting time if you're a Michigan State basketball fan. I mean, these are guys. That's four guys that. I mean, you got your big man and the 6'10" kid out of Canada. You got a big, tall perimeter player in Bates, and you got a shooting guard and a small forward. So you find that. Too bad Cassius Winston couldn't come back and play with those guys.
Cash looking back.
Yeah.
Man, come on, Tom.
Man, Tom.
Why
Although
do this
he
to
had
me?
pretty good players with him too. I
Yeah,
mean,
he did.
He did not like he had a bunch of, guys from the Cave staff playing with him.
No, definitely wasn't. But I mean, this must be what Duke feels like.
Yeah.
This must be what Kansas feels like every season. And for State of Michigan team to get this is whoa.
Yeah. It's encouraging.
It should have happened. We should be expecting this, and it should be happening because of the success of Tom Izzo and the success of Michigan.
Right.
There's no reason both these schools can't pluck away a bunch of these five-star players, and for it to come together like it's hopefully going to for Michigan State is hugely promising. Might be the largest expectation a year plus out of any basketball team in America.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment, in college basketball. And not that we follow Kansas recruiting or really even, I mean, we hear about guys that commit to go there.
We just know that Kentucky, Duke, Kansas.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, they're going to, and Michigan State right in there, North Carolina, they're going to get the top players most years to come play basketball for them, at least for now. so if you're a Spartan fan, you got to be excited about this. I mean, I watched the social media reaction when this guy committed yesterday, and there are people I'm friends with on Facebook and, follow on Twitter and those kinds of things. And, they were all fired up. And they should be. They should be. But it's, if they all show up, I mean, and we know in the world of college basketball, and we're not trying to put a damper on the enthusiasm, but you got to temper it a little bit with, okay, now we just got to get them all on campus.
Right. To go out and commit somewhere. Let's say you're Amani Bates.
Yeah.
And you commit verbally to Michigan State. And then you decommit and decide to do something else. What does that put on you as like a perception of the kind of player you are or the kind of person you are?
Yeah.
In some circumstances.
Yeah.
So I think it's more likely than not that he will stick with what he said and will go to Michigan State.
Sure.
But
I think
still, there's a chance.
Right.
It
And
might be a 5% chance.
Right. And I think the more they add players like this, the more likely he is, man, that's a good group of players.
Yeah.
I'm going to be a part of that, a big part of it.
It's like LeBron in Miami.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Well, and you're just a little too young, I think. But this was, and I don't want to, I'm going to inject Michigan into the Michigan State. But this was like when the Fab Five came to Michigan. I mean, they got Juwan Howard. And then all of a sudden, they got Ray Jackson and Jimmy King, and then Jalen Rose, and then Chris Webber, and it was like, that's a pretty good recruiting class. I mean, those were 5 of the best players in America, and they're all coming to Michigan. So this is very similar for Michigan State. These are 5 of the better players out there in the upcoming classes, and they're all going to be on one campus, hopefully.
And we know how
it'll give us a lot to talk about.
We know how Izzo can coach.
Yeah, he's a real good coach. I mean, excellent coach. I think this puts a little pressure on him, though. You got these kind of players. There's going to be a lot of Spartan fans, man. You got to win one with these guys. This might be his best group of players. You got to win one with these guys.
And you're not going to get them for 3 years.
No. I mean, at least one of these guys is one and done, right. I would think, unless they change the rules somehow. But at least one of them is one and done.
Yeah, and I have total confidence in Izzo to get the bench players or to get the 5th guy to do what they need to do. Because if he's got, where are we at with this recruiting class? You got Bates, Pierre Brooks, Max Christie, and the center with Boache. Okay, you got a 5th guy.
Yeah, and he doesn't have to be a great player even. It just has to be a guy that kind of, fulfills a role. And I think if they could find a really good point guard out of this group, I'm not familiar with Christie and Brooks, if they're point guards or shooting guards, or I'm going to have to do some quick reading on that.
Like the Bill Belichick of do your job.
Yeah. Just find that guy that, maybe is a great defender to throw in there with those guys and can be that shutdown defender. It doesn't have to be a superstar. Doesn't hurt if it is. But, that's always the concern is there's only one basketball. And are all these guys going to be okay, 15 a night instead of 20, 25 a night, yeah. Sometimes that's tough.
Right, or you're going to give Amani a 4-minute breather. Don't blow it.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Lead.
Yeah.
If Amani comes back and it's a 5-point lead, you did your job. Don't be a detriment to the team.
Yeah.
That's not how you coach. That's not the words you say, but
right.
That's why Izzo's the coach and I'm just a sports talk guy, but we got the same concept out there.
Yeah.
But, man.
It's exciting to think about.
Just stay healthy. I don't want to jinx it, but stay healthy.
Yeah.
They got to get through another season, right?
Yep.
Because
at
least.
the new guy, he's 2022 unless he reclassifies.
And so is Imani.
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't think Imani's going to play more than one more year of high school. I think he's going to reclassify, which from my understanding is he's ahead in his credits and should have enough credits to graduate after this year if he reclassifies.
Yeah. So huge news.
Yeah.
For Michigan State basketball.
If you're a fan of the green and white, if you're a fan of college basketball, you don't really root for one team, or your team is maybe a little more of a mid-major or something, and not and so you root for the Spartans as your 1B.
Right.
That's got to feel pretty good waking up this morning or going to bed last night. I guess he kind of committed before most people went to bed. I knew about it last night. So.
But man, when your football team is going to suck like the Spartans are going to suck, it's great to look forward to basketball for Michigan State. Shifting gears to the ice.
Yes.
Preseason or warm-up games for the NHL started yesterday. We got the Flyers and the Penguins going at it. So we're going to do a list, as we like to do on Wednesdays, of top 5 contenders for the NHL. And I'm looking through these standings. I almost don't remember. It's almost been so long, and I'm like, they were this good?
Yeah.
How are they up here? Why is this team here?
I was getting ready for this last night, and I admit I had to do a little homework on this one. I mean, not that I didn't for the NBA one, but that was a little easier for some reason, and which is surprising because I watch a lot more NHL hockey than I do NBA basketball. But it just was like, oh, yeah, I forgot about that guy, or I forgot how well they were doing.
Is it because they're so similar? Like they're so much closer? Like in basketball, it's like, okay, Lakers, Clippers, Bucks. And then there's sort of a jump.
There's next tier, I guess. That could be. There's a little bit more of parity in the NHL, I guess, would be, for lack of a better word. So that was yeah.
Do you want to start this list?
Sure.
Okay.
You
don't sound too confident.
Well, like I said, any one of all 5 of these could be late in the playoffs, or none of them could. The NHL is so much wackier, than the NBA playoffs. Usually the best teams advance in the NBA. There's always that upset team that, that comes out nowhere. And
hockey, you need a lot of momentum.
Yeah.
I feel like you need some of these NBA teams.
A hot goalie changes everything. And it's basketball. Not that hockey's not a team game, but basketball's a little more of a team game. One guy a guy goes out and scores 40, 50 points. His team's generally going to win the game. But that hot goalie can win a series. I mean,
you can score 4 goals, win all the games 1-0.
Yeah. I mean,
okay.
And that's, So my number 5, the Washington Capitals. Always dangerous. Anytime you got Alex Ovechkin on your team, you're a threat, I think, to win it all. So Washington Capitals.
They're coming up later.
Oh.
On my list. My number 5, I'm going to the West. This might be a little out of there. Might be a little too early for this team. Edmonton Oilers.
The Oil.
The Oilers for Edmonton. I mean, you got Connor McDavid. Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
My argument's over. I got Ryan Nugent-Hopkins with the team, a former Red Wing, Andreas Athanasiou.
Yeah.
With Edmonton, you got...
a lot of young talent in Edmonton.
That's where Ken Holland is, right?
Yes.
Over in Edmonton.
Yeah.
Maybe they're probably not winning it this year, but they're a contender.
I don't have them on my top 5, but I do like the pick. I think they're maybe a year or 2 away from being a real serious contender. But, yeah.
They're second place in the Pacific.
Okay.
Right now. 3 points behind Vegas, 4 points ahead of Calgary.
Yeah.
So they've done some work in season to get them to this point.
Yeah.
They'll be one of those get hot teams if they're going to win.
Yeah. All right.
So, yeah.
My number 4. We'll probably do number 4 and then have to go to a break.
Yeah.
All right. My number 4, This is a dark horse, but it pains me to pick this team. The Colorado Avalanche. They're quietly having a real good season. I couldn't tell you 3 guys that play for them, to be honest with you. But I looked it up and I'm thinking, geez, for not really knowing who these guys are, they're having a really good season in the is that the Central?
I got to go back.
I know. The new divisions kill me.
Yeah, they're in the Central.
Yep. Yeah. So I can't stand the Avalanche going back to the Red Wings days, but none of those guys
pick
play
in Red Wing land.
No, but just something about them. It's one of those gritty, no name, no real superstar. I mean, they got some good players.
Nathan McKinnon is probably their biggest name.
Okay, that's a team that could win the Stanley Cup.
I'm going to put them. Could you make the argument you put them in the Edmonton category?
Yeah, maybe. They're my Edmonton.
They might win a series.
Yeah. And all of a sudden get hot and okay, now they've opened people's eyes. Are they good enough once people's eyes are open to sustain that through the playoffs?
They're a good enough offensive team.
Mm-hmm.
We'll give them that for Colorado. So
yeah.
That's a pretty good spot at number 4. They're in my top, we'll say 8 or 10.
Okay.
But they're not my top 5.
So I'm not crazy picking them.
No, not at all. I'm going to the East for my number 4, and then we're going to take a break. I got this might pain Red Wings fans too, Tampa Bay Lightning. They're at 92 points on the season, well in second place of the Atlantic Division. It's Tampa. Steve Yzerman built
laid the foundation.
Really good team out there.
Yeah.
Stamkos, Kucherov, Victor Hedman still there.
Yeah, a lot of good players. Have won the cup, have that experience.
Yes, and it's, put it all together. Tampa Bay, quality hockey club for the eastern side of things. You like this song?
I do. My head is just bobbing over here. Shoulders are moving.
So there we go. We're at our top 3 NHL contenders. That's coming up on the other side of the break. And are we going to get other stuff in here? Do you want to talk a little high school sports?
We probably should, because there's a big meeting at the MHSAA today. So
we'll give our 2 cents on that.
Yes.
And, we'll be right back with more Inside the Cave here on 96.5 The Cave, 96.5thecave.com. I'm Ian Wentz. That's John Roberts. We'll be right back. It's 8:44.
We're talking with Steve Hayes from the Hayes Insurance Agency. Steve, what does it mean when we say you are independent agents?
Independent just simply means we have more than one carrier to go to. If someone calls and, hey, my price seems a little high on my auto insurance, what can you do for me?
You can do that. You can compare, find the best price and the best policy for them.
Our companies that we write for strictly write in the state of Michigan. So you're not getting caught up with a rate increase of a tornado that happened out of state somewhere. And these companies are trying to recoup that money. The companies that we deal with strictly right here in the state, they know the state, they know the people.
Rely on the experts at Hayes Insurance on Occidental Highway, providing real customer service for more than 50 years. Coverage you can count on and advice you can trust. Always there whenever you need them.
Call the experts. Hayes Insurance. You know just how close you've come. Call Hayes Insurance. Get all the insurance you need.
Hayes Insurance, 423-8316.
Homeschooling means more than learning at home. It means you, the parent, are the teacher, pick the curriculum, and report to the state. When you enroll your K-12 students in Tecumseh Virtual Academy, you are assured classes are aligned with state requirements and your child is supported by TPS staff members. The TVA gives students the flexibility to learn anywhere, anytime, and at their ability level. With equipment and our experienced support staff provided, we invite you to contact Tecumseh Virtual Academy to explore your students' options. Go to TVA Tecumseh online or find our link on WLEN.com.
Hi, my name is Janie Navarro. I'm a realtor with Excel Realty. I am fluent in Spanish and love assisting the Hispanic community. Call or text me anytime so I can assist you in buying or selling a home. Buenos días, mi nombre es Janie Navarro. Soy una agente de real estate con Excel Realty. Puedo ayudarles con la compra y venta de su casa. Me encanta ayudar a mi comunidad España. Sé que puede ser difícil si no habla inglés. Llámame o mándame un texto y estaré lista para asistirles. 403-4215.
With our 8-year track record of teaching success through Tecumseh Virtual Academy, we are prepared to educate your students. Hundreds of students have taken core subjects and AP classes and gone on to graduate while participating in the TVA Dynamic Learning Community. This year, crossover options are available for in-class and online learning. With equipment and our experienced support staff provided, we invite you to contact Tecumseh Virtual Academy to explore your students' options. Go to TVA Tecumseh online or find our link on WLEN.com.
Broadcasting live from the heart of Lenawee County, Michigan. Sports Talk Radio with a local angle on Inside the Cave. Weekdays from 7 to 9 a.m. on 96.5 FM. We give opinions and analysis on what's happening in the world of sports. Interview area coaches and players and get you ready to start your day.
Sweet, man.
Grab a flashlight, hiking boots, and a compass because it's time to go Inside the Cave. Weekday mornings 7 to 9 on 96.5 The Cave and 965thecave.com.
Long Motor Sales in Tecumseh is asking for your help. Please do your part and wear a face mask while you're in public spaces. Do it for the kids, if not for yourself. We want our kids to be able to go back to school this fall. A friendly reminder that you can shop Long's current inventory online at longmotorsales.net.
New to the lot this week at Long Motor Sales is a white 2016 GMC Terrain. This all-wheel drive SUV is great on gas, roomy, but not too big, stylish, and very well taken care of. Some features include power steering and remote keyless entry. And best of all, only 30,500 miles. Stop in and tell Eric you want to take this car for a ride today.
If your vehicle needs an oil change or a major overhaul or repair, take it to Long's Automotive Service. Nathan Long has over 15 years of experience as a certified technician, giving you dealership quality service at a low price. Long Motor Sales and Long Automotive Service in Tecumseh. Long, a name you know and trust.
Where Lenawee County tunes for sports. 96.5 The Cave.
8:48 Inside the Cave. You like that one, John? That's a winner.
I feel like your smooth sports station.
Your overnight sports station.
Yeah.
Here at 96.5 The Cave.
Get that DJ voice going.
Deep, slow talking. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. All right, here we go. Back to NHL.
Reality.
I know, we got to get going. I mean, we're almost done with
We
the
got
show.
a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Top 5 contenders in the NHL. Maybe we overbooked ourselves. We got through number 4. So I got Edmonton and Tampa. You have
Washington and Colorado.
All right, number 3. I'll kick it off.
Go.
St. Louis Blues.
Great minds think alike.
Defending
Stanley Cup champs. They got to be in there.
They're number 1 in the Central right now.
Yep.
Couple points ahead of Colorado. Until they're dethroned, they're a contender.
That's exactly it. I'm with you.
You have them at 3?
I do have them at 3.
Awesome.
That sped up the show right there.
There we go.
It?
Yep. Saved about a minute and a half.
There we go.
Number 2, a team you already had. I got Washington.
Okay.
I mean, Alex Ovechkin is still on the team.
Yeah.
He's still hitting clappers from the high slot in the power play.
Yeah.
They got a chance. TJ Oshie. They got things going on. Braden Holtby can be one of those goalies that catches fire again, and they, go and win a cup.
Yeah. I had him in my top 5. I like the pick. My number 2 is someone you already picked as well, the Tampa Bay Lightning.
All right.
They're a good quality deep hockey team and cup winning experience and a lot of those guys, and they know what it takes to get it done.
Wait, what did you say? That last part?
Cup winning experience to get it done.
They know what to do and how to do it.
There you go.
He must be pretty good.
They are pretty good.
My number 1 contender for the NHL.
We're going to have the same team.
Yeah, it's Boston.
Boston Bruins.
Yeah.
They're the best team in hockey this year.
It's not because Coach Adam Krug, his brother, plays there. That's not why.
That's
He's
not
a
why it
huge
is.
part of it. Torrey Krug.
He is
for
free
Boston.
agent.
Soon to be free agent.
Soon to be. Think his brother could talk him to come in and play him for the Red Wings?
I don't think that's in the
They
cards.
could hang out together.
And John, I don't think that's in the cards.
No. Little insider
he's gonna go to
influence.
a contender.
Contender or a
Yeah.
container.
He's going to go to a container. What a moron.
Yeah,
Again,
they're the
Boston-
best team in hockey.
Yeah. No question.
It is what it is.
So there you go. Number 1 contender. 5 through 1. We got a lot of the same teams. Again, number 5, a little different.
Number 4, we had some in different order, more so in the hockey one than the basketball one. So, but we like pretty much the same teams, and it's early. I mean, we aren't even to the playoffs yet.
Seedings could change.
Seedings could change our thinking. Bad matchups in the first round, all that stuff.
I mean, right now, the way both of the leagues, the NBA and the NHL, are doing it, it would be difficult for the season to halt again. The way they're
I
doing
would
the bubble.
think so, yeah.
Extremely low probability of
I would
season
think
getting
so.
derailed.
Yeah. Let's hope. Fingers
Yep.
crossed.
Knock
All
on
that
wood
good
for that
stuff.
one.
Yeah.
All right, last few minutes of the show. You mentioned it before. Potential big news today or tomorrow in terms of high school sports.
Possibly. An update meeting, I believe, is occurring today with the MHSAA. So no real change, I don't think, in terms of from the governor as far as what phase we're in. So I wouldn't be surprised that maybe it's an update to contingency plans. I don't, maybe delaying the start of fall sports by a week or so could possibly be, which wouldn't be the end of the world. But boy, some of those sports can start playing at the end of the first week. So that might throw a little wrench in, soccer and cross country. That might throw a wrench into those sports more so than, say, a football. But football could be, there's a lot of concern around football. And, obviously the close contact of the players, both in practice and games. So, but that's one, I hate to say it, they're going to try to hang on to because it's really their biggest revenue sport for the MHSAA, and that would be a tough financial loss for them. And money is a part of it. It's the real world we live in.
Unfortunately for, I'd say, teachers, athletes, students, they didn't really get an update yesterday.
No.
From Governor Whitmer.
No,
I don't want to make this a political sports show, but we need a phase 5 or we're comfortable in phase 4, so here's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna have students in the classroom,
and I think that's going to happen on a limited
do.
basis. With most districts that I'm seeing. I know some are, have like a K-8 plan is going to be in person and 9-12 is going to be online. And some real interesting ones out there. They're actually going to use the high school building to hold middle school and elementary school classes in to kind of spread students out more. That's really interesting to me. That took some thought. I saw an email from the superintendent of Adrian Public Schools. They're planning to go face-to-face, but will offer virtual for parents who aren't, convinced that being back in school right now is the best thing for their kids. So I think you're going to see some hybrid type stuff like that, which I think if you have that, you can play sports because some kids are in school. I know if no one's in school, I think it's hard to. If you're saying it's not safe to be in school, I think it's tough to have sports. How do you sell that or any other extracurriculars? You can't be at the school from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m., but boy, from 3:30 to 6:30, have at it.
Exactly, and who knows what they're going to come up with? Today.
I guess on our station, a little later in the day, 3 o'clock, 3:05, Mark Ewell from the MHSA is going to be on the Huge Show. So stay tuned, and you can hear the latest MHSA info at 3:05 on the Huge Show.
Hope we get some sort
Good
of
news.
actual
Yes.
concrete update
Yep.
on something
Yep.
as it pertains to the
Yep.
sports
I think
show.
the MHSA has done a fairly good job of keeping people abreast of what they're doing.
That's it.
Yeah.
We're out of time.
Yeah.
Show's over. DA Show from 9 to 10. Pat McAfee 10 to noon. Jim Rome Show noon to 3. And, of course, the Huge Show from 3 to 6. There's a virtual Diamond League game tonight we didn't even talk about.
Sand Creek BD.
6 o'clock. Tune in here on 965 The Cave, 965thecave.com. I'll be on the show tomorrow with John Kane. John Roberts will be back with you on Monday.
Home run every time with Hayes Insurance Agency.
Their team of independent agents will cover all the bases
And find you the right policy at the best price.
for your car, your home, your business, whatever you need.
Hayes Insurance, serving residents of Lenawee County and beyond for over a half century.
Call 517-423-8316
Call Hayes Insurance, get all the insurance you need.
or visit HayesINS.com. In 1968, Tigers great Jim Northrup hit 2 grand slams in one game.
And ever since, the Hayes Insurance Agency has been hitting grand slams for all its customers in Lenawee County and beyond.
For your car, your home, your farm, your business, count on Hayes Insurance Agency.
On Occidental Highway between Adrian and Tecumseh.
Call 517-423-8316
Call Hayes Insurance, get all the insurance you need.
or visit HayesINS.com.
Summer bundles now available at D&P Communications. New customers get a 250 meg internet connection paired with D&P Connect Pro, the most complete whole home Wi-Fi experience available, for only $59.90 per month. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees not included. Some restrictions may apply. Service not available in all areas. Superior service, exceptional results. D&P Communications.
Are your floors screaming for a makeover? If so, O'Connor & Sons Floor Covering in Tecumseh, with their combined 160 years of experience, wants to help. O'Connor & Sons sell and install many styles of floor covering. They have the area's largest selection of luxury vinyl tile and planks, which are completely waterproof. O'Connor & Sons also carries Cali Bamboo, which are the world's hardest floors. Pet problems? No worries. They have pet-proof carpet that is guaranteed against all pet stains. O'Connor & Sons Floor Covering on Russell Road in Tecumseh. Call them at 423-6170, or for more information, check them out on Facebook at O'Connor & Sons Flooring.
Hi, I'm Jim Nagypel.
And I'm Lisa Waddle, and we're the new owners of Noggle Heating and Cooling.
I've been away for a while, but I'm excited to be back.
That's right. We're thrilled to offer Jim's extensive experience in heating, cooling, and plumbing back to this community.
We'll continue to service all brands of heating and cooling units, but we proudly sell Lennox, and we are your local Carrier dealer.
Please visit us at 1108 West Chicago Boulevard in Tecumseh, or give us a call at 423-3121.
We want to take you out to the ballpark. At 96.5 The Cave, we created Ball with a Twist. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays at 6 p.m. and Saturdays at 2. Lenawee County High School teachers, administrators, and coaches will swing for the fences and play ball live from Cave Stadium. John Kane, Jeff Bowman, John Roberts, Pat Hayes, and Ian Wendt will call the action on 96.5 The Cave and 965thecave.com. The Lenawee Diamond League is brought to you by Hyatt Insurance and Beecher Street Car Wash.
The best in regional sports from Southeast Michigan. WLEN Adrian, HD2, W243AD, 96.5 The Cave.
96.5 The Cave. Lenawee County Sports. Lake 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 County Sports.